are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports, let go, Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports, let go.
What's going on, everybody? It's the EVP from the EVP Show. I am back. Sorry, I'm about 2 minutes late. We are live for the WWE Raw Recap. This is a super busy week on the channel. We got content coming out every single night. So this is yesterday kind of started off the trend, and we will be full steam ahead all the way to the Royal Rumble. Obviously Sunday Scoops yesterday. I'm going to touch on that a little bit. Obviously, I've had a really shitty day. I didn't actually watch Raw until about 3 hours ago. I wasn't able to watch it earlier. I had a doctor's appointment. Still battling some stuff with my ankle. I got some nerve damage that was done to my leg, obviously, in the injury. So I'm dealing with all of that. Yeah, it's been a long road with all this shit. I can't wait for it to be over with. But yeah, we're live. We have a busy week, like super busy week. I started off with Sunday Scoops last night, and I just want to kind of touch on that a little bit. I did make a post about it on X. You know, I only do Sunday Scoops because it's just something I enjoy doing. A lot of people ask me a lot of questions in my DMs, because I do have a legitimate WWE source and NXT as well. And you know, so I come on Sundays and I give you guys the information, and it just plays out like it's unbelievable. The next day I'll see a bunch of posts about the same stuff that I talked about on Sunday Scoops, which is crazy. But yeah, so Sunday Scoops is going to keep on trucking. Hopefully one day my name will get out there and people will start giving me credit for stuff. Because I reported like a lot of shit yesterday that either happened today or is gonna happen. You know, stuff about Rhea Ripley and Nia Scott. Obviously, I said something about Natalya a couple of weeks ago. We didn't get AJ Lee tonight, so I was definitely off with that. I don't know what they're waiting on. I don't know if it's gonna happen at the Rumble. I don't know what they're doing, but they need to start that build. Obviously, Natty's not going to be going after Becky Lynch because she turned heel tonight. Yeah. So I'm going to get it out there that we're live. I don't know if many people know that we're actually live, but I am going to get it out there. If you guys could just bear with me. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. We had a lot of football yesterday. Oh my God, the games were just absolutely terrible. Definitely not what I expected from the weekend with the games, for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and put it out there that I'm live to see if we can get a few people to come on. I normally have a really big crowd for Mondays. I don't know what's going on Mondays. I know I can't wait for them to get back to the U.S. Because these early shows, it's hard to pinpoint like when actually to go live, because you know, I moved it up an hour because normally I do 11 p.m. on Mondays. And yeah, I mean, I've already got the doubleheader streams posted for tomorrow on X. Obviously, me and Miami will be live at 6 p.m. to cover the divisional round of the playoffs. All the action that took place Saturday and Sunday, all the craziness and a lot of craziness. And then I'm obviously back tomorrow night for the NXT recap. Wednesday, I'm going to be doing an Unreal recap show. And then Thursday, we have the Saturday night main event prediction show. Friday, we have SmackDown. And Saturday, we have the Saturday night's main event recap. And then Sunday, we have another episode of Sunday Scoops. So I have about 12 straight days or 13 straight days of streaming because the Royal Rumble predictions are next week, as well as a Royal Rumble recap. So a lot of action coming to the channel for sure. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not sure where everybody is, but we're definitely gonna go ahead and get started because it's like 10, 15, something like that. Raw was pretty good tonight. I think it was a good build. I talked about it on Sunday Scoops that there would be another match with AJ Styles and Gunther. I didn't expect it to be this soon, but there were talks that maybe his contract expires in February. He started at the Royal Rumble. I don't know if many of you know that. So, I mean, I don't think they've already booked the match for Royal Rumble for Gunther and AJ Styles, retirement match, for AJ Styles. I mean, I guess AJ could win, and then they could run it back at WrestleMania in the trilogy. Maybe Gunther puts his career on the line, and then finally retires AJ. But I don't know exactly how long AJ's contract's going to. I don't know if his contract's going to run out. A lot of people think he's going to retire from WWE and go finish in TNA. I don't believe that's the case. I do know that he made a statement publicly saying that he told his wife once he was retiring that's it. Like, he's retired. So yeah. But tonight's WWE Raw was from the SSE Arena in Belfast, Northern Ireland. We're going to see the World Heavyweight Champion, the best in the world, CM Punk, defend the championship against Judgment Day, the Prince, aka the Demon, Finn Balor. Plus, Ireland's own WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch, will defend her title against Alpha Academy's Maxine Dupree, and that's where we got the turn from Natty. Natty actually accompanied her to the ring. So the show is actually live at 3 p.m. Eastern today on Netflix. I didn't watch it at 3. I was at the doctor, so I watched it about 5:30, 6 o'clock this evening. But the show opened up with commentary. Welcome us. We see the WWE World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk arriving in the building. His challenger Finn Balor is shown arriving, and Balor gets a huge reaction. Obviously, home country for Finn Balor and Becky Lynch, so we knew it's going to be a big moment for them. And it's kind of interesting to see, like, at the end of the Punk Balor match, obviously I told you guys that, Punk was retaining, because he's going to WrestleMania with the title. But I mean, I really thought the Demon was going to come out, but are we getting like a face Finn Balor now? Maybe that'll be the person that takes out Dom when he gets back. I don't know, but him and Punk having that moment at the end kind of threw me off. So Maxine Dupree is also walking backstage with Otis and Akira Tozawa as she will battle Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship in a rematch, and she's getting her rematch. Obviously, Los Americanos are then shown arriving. Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee are then talking backstage. They will be going up against Big Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. We then go inside the SSE Arena to see a big fireworks display. And then we hear the music of the career killer, the ring general himself, Gunther. Music hits. He makes his way down to the ring with a big smile on his face. Gunther starts off by saying it is okay and they can calm down. Gunther says AJ made a mistake last week. Gunther then says he walked into the match with blinders on. Gunther then says AJ was so focused to make him tap out that AJ forgot he was in the ring with the greatest wrestler in WWE. Gunther then says the future looks very, very bright and it will lead him back to the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh God, please no. Gunther, stay away from that world title. I think that your career killer character is working, but we don't have to put the title on you yet. You can go a while without a title. You've had the title for like 80% of your time in WWE. So Gunther then announces that he's the second male participant to officially announce. Cody Rhodes announced on SmackDown Friday, and now we have the ring general Gunther is announcing. So I guess Gunther's gonna work 2 matches at Royal Rumble. He's gonna fight AJ Styles and be in the Rumble. So double duty for the ring general. He went over an hour last year. I think didn't he lose to Cody at the end one time, the first time, and then it was Cody and Punk. So I expect Gunther to make a long run. Again, he's not going to win the Royal Rumble, so don't put him on your pick sheet. He's not winning the Rumble. But he will. There they are. Oh, I don't know where everybody was. But Gunther has officially declared. So we have Cody Rhodes and Gunther now both declared for the Royal Rumble. Gunther says, as the man who lasted 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 46 seconds. So that's pretty impressive. That's a long time in the Rumble before he ended up losing to Cody. So then we get the phenomenal AJ Styles music. It hits. He interrupts Gunther. AJ makes his way down to the ring. AJ starts off by saying he knows that Gunther wants to move on, but he does not. AJ then says he and Gunther rematch at the Royal Rumble. Gunther laughs and tells AJ that he is going to win the Royal Rumble, and he didn't plan on pulling double duty, so his answer is no. AJ then says it sounds like Gunther is afraid and scared. AJ then says we know his hand was raised, but Gunther didn't beat him. AJ then says he beat himself. AJ then says Gunther tapped out like a little bitch. AJ then tells Gunther if he is scared, he can tell him so they can move on. Gunther then says last week he proved he was the smarter and better wrestler than AJ. Gunther then says there is no incentive to wrestle him, so the answer is still a no. Gunther then goes to the apron but returns to the ring. Gunther then says there might be something AJ can do. AJ then tells Gunther to name it. Gunther tells AJ to shut up and listen to him when he talks. Gunther then says if AJ wants a rematch at the Royal Rumble, he wants AJ to put his career on the line. Gunther then tells AJ to think about whether that is a hill worth dying on. He tells AJ he wants his answer by the end of the night unless he is a little bit scared. AJ Styles accepts, so we're going to have AJ Styles' career on the line against the ring general, the career killer Gunther at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I mean, if his contract's running out February, I mean, that could be it. Because Gunther's retiring these legends, so you guys get ready for that. So we then see Maxine Dupree in the back, and Natalya shows up to surprise her. Natalia then says she is here to be in Maxine's corner so the same thing doesn't happen again. From the dungeon all the way to the ring, Natalia will be in Maxine's corner tonight. So then we get Ireland's own, the man, the women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch, makes her way down to the ring for the first match. Becky cuts a promo and says this is the first time Raw came to the island of Ireland. Becky then says it is so nice to come home because it reminds her of why she left. Becky then says the food and the weather is awful. She says she is rich and famous so she can leave. Becky then says her father is from Belfast and he left and married a Dubliner. Shout out to DW Replays for reposting the stream and DW Host as well. Yeah, I don't know. Raw's been struggling. I will start early and still struggling. Becky then says, unlike Roy McIlroy, she will not lose on the last hole. So then we get the challenger, accompanied by the lovely Natalia, make their way down to the ring for their first match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. The match starts off with both women locking up. Becky sends Maxine to the mat. Becky then kicks Dupree in the corner. Maxine hits a Thez press and some punches. Dupree then gets a roll through into an ankle lock and then hits a drop kick and then also hits a baseball slide and a cannonball. Maxine Dupree then goes to the turnbuckle to superplex Becky back into the ring, but Becky blocks it. Becky hits a neck breaker onto the top turnbuckle. Becky then tosses Dupree into the ringside barrier. Becky then argues with the referee. Becky then has a back elbow blocked, and Dupree hits a backslide for a 2 3/4 near fall. Becky misses a forearm in the corner. Maxine hits a splash. Dupree then hits some forearms. Becky's back in control, hits a kick and a clothesline for a near fall. Dupree gets caught in the ropes. Becky hits a slam and then goes for a Uranagi, but Maxine hits a snapmare for another near fall. Shout out to the CEO himself, the head of the fucking table of DWE, Miami the Great. We are live. This week is live. Every night we're live. 2 times tomorrow we're live. So yeah, got it going. Becky Dupree then hits a heel kick for a near fall. Punch gets both women exchange punches. Becky then sets up for a superplex and she hits it, but she rolls through for a DDT and gets another near fall. Becky yells at the referee again and punches Dupree. So the end of this match was a pretty good match. Becky crawls to the corner with the exposed turnbuckle, and Maxine stops short. Becky then hits a splash into the turnbuckle, and Dupree hits a round kick, which should be for the win and to get the Intercontinental Championship back. But when she gets ready to when the referee gets ready to count to 3, the third count, Natalia puts Becky's foot on the rope to stop the count, and Maxine Dupree is in complete shock. The announcers even played it off really well. Becky then hits the manhandle slam for the 1, 2, 3, and still your women's Intercontinental Champion, the man Becky Lynch. After the match, Natty hits a double leg takedown on Maxine Dupree. Natty then punches Dupree, then hits a thrust kick. She tells Dupree she is never going to learn. Natty slaps Dupree. Dupree then hits a punch, and Natty hits a flying clothesline. Natty then puts Dupree in the sharpshooter. A referee then enters the ring to ask Natty to release the hold. Natty releases the hold, and she ends up punching Maxine Dupree several more times. So we got a Natalia heel turn. It's actually something I talked about couple weeks ago. There was a question on Sunday Scoops about a possible Natalia. I think it was from Wrestling RUS podcast asked me. They have to have something to do for Maxine, like because they had built her up so strong. Bringing Natty back, I think this is a smart move. Maybe Natty puts Maxine over, because she did drop the title really fast to Becky Lynch. Shout out to Talking Up Wrestling podcast. That is my the host is Miami the Great, the CEO and the head of the table at WWE, and also Final Boss Baby. Also, shout out to make sure to give them a follow on X and hit that like and subscribe button to their YouTube channel. They both put out excellent content. They kill it. They're killing it. I don't know how many subs they got, but I think like 600. But I'm rapidly approaching the 200 guys. I made another post today. I think I gained a couple of more subscribers today. I'm about 25-ish away from 200. My goal is 200 by WrestleMania, so let's keep it up, guys. Obviously, I want more subscribers, but you really have to work for it in the YouTube business because there's so many people doing that. But shout out to everyone from DWE, Miami the Great, Final Boss Baby, Director Reg, World of Greg, After a Slam Podcast, The Silver Boy, and also Gimmick Table Media, the Wrestling Divas Podcast, Kicking Out at 2, Suds and Square Circle Media, who I'll actually have on Thursday for the Saturday Night Main Event predictions. The Wrestling Divas Podcast, both ladies will be joining me for the Royal Rumble prediction show. And I believe as well I'm going to have the CEO, Miami the Great, and Final Boss Baby, and also Director Reg and Craig on for the Royal Rumble predictions. That will be on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. Next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I think that's the only time that the ladies from Wrestling Divas can come on is Wednesday. So I want to kind of, make sure everybody is able to come on. It's going to be a 7-person panel. That's how I started on YouTube, but when I did SummerSlam predictions, it was actually with Miami and Final Boss Lady. And we had 3 people from Acknowledge the Dynasty and 0, I believe, for the SummerSlam prediction. So we're going back to the 7-person stream. So I'm super excited about that. I mean, there may not be 7. I don't know. I haven't got confirmation on everybody. I just know Wrestling Divas Podcast are good for 7 p.m. Eastern on next Wednesday for the Royal Rumble predictions. So looking forward to that. So the commentary are talking about how disappointed they are in Natty, and we go back to the ring, and Natty resumes and keeps assaulting on Maxine Dupree. So that's setting up. We're going to have a match soon with Maxine and Natty. We get a video from last Monday on Raw where Braun Breaker got involved in the main event after Adam Pearce warned him not to. We see Breaker grabbing Pearce and threatening to kick his ass. Pearce then suspended him indefinitely, and Paul Heyman said Pearce put his hands on him first, like I said last week. It's good to have Paul Heyman in your corner because ultimately Braun Breaker is going to get out of this. He's not going to be suspended because Paul Heyman actually put his hands on Adam Pearce actually put his hands on Braun Breaker first. So Braun's going to be in the Rumble, guys. So expect that. We head to the back where Adam Pearce is talking with AJ Styles. He said, just because Gunther made the challenge doesn't mean he has to take it. AJ then says he's going to call his wife. Paul Heyman then walks up to Pearce and asks about his week. Pearce then says he had a great week, which confuses Paul Heyman. Pearce then says Braun Breaker is suspended, so it's a great week, and they're in Belfast. What's going on, Stampede, which will be challenging me soon for that Undisputed Championship in the poll, which is going to be a lot of fun. Should be an exciting battle. I've had longer suspension in junior high school than Drew and Braun. Yeah, those were both Paul Heyman definitely maneuvered his way around. Yeah, I've definitely had longer suspension too. Stampede. Shout out to the Wise Man, the DWE Undisputed Wise Man, for reposting the stream. We're gaining some traction, guys. We're about 60 viewers. Maybe when we get back to the States, because we were getting about 300 in here. I'm hoping, especially for the Unreal recap that I have coming up Wednesday night, and then the Saturday night prediction show, and obviously the Royal Rumble. I'm hoping we get mega numbers in here. When Raw and SmackDown come back to the States, hopefully everything starts to even itself back out. Heyman asks why they're not in London. Pierce then tells Heyman to tell his guys to be on their best behavior because he'll be at ringside, and Heyman is not happy. So Adam Pierce is going to be at ringside. We then see Kathy Kelly with Bravo, Rye, and El Grande Americano. Kathy asks El Grande about Javon Evans. Grande then asks where are his posse on tonight. Grande then says, why is he surprised? They only understand one language. There he is. Shout out to the world of Greg. I just gave him a shout out. This guy right here is fucking amazing. I have videos. The GOAT, him and Miami are absolutely killing it with my videos to promote my stream. So shout out to Greg. He is fucking phenomenal videos. If you want to look at some, obviously go to my X page and look at the two for tomorrow shows, which are on X, the NFL divisional recap and the NXT. I think Miami made those. Miami did make all of those this week except for, I think he made them all. Greg made me one, I believe, for Saturday Night Main Event, but Greg's made a shit ton of videos for me. So we get Ryo and Bravo then say they have no culture. Bravo says that they're just like Javon Evans. Grande then says miracles only happen once and your luck will eventually run out. Grande then says that moment will be tonight when you face the greatest luchador in the history of luchadors. Grande then says be ready because you are going to learn a thing or two. So then we get a video package of the best in the world, CM Punk and Finn Balor. So a while back, it was in the news. Obviously, it was reported Kevin Nash, had made some comments about Raquel Rodriguez, about her character and how she needed to embrace her size advantage over most of the ladies and her strength and all that. Like she's kind of built similar to Big Daddy Cool, Big Sexy, Wolfpack, Kevin Nash. Now Raquel is calling herself Big Sexy, which is pretty wild. We get Raquel Rodriguez. She enters the Judgment Day clubhouse, and she said that Stephanie is not cleared. I did talk about this on Scoops yesterday, and I will refresh everyone. WWE is holding off as long as they can on Stephanie Bacour. She is not going to be vacating. I see a Stephanie Bacour, Raquel Rodriguez match for the Royal Rumble. And that's where I really think that Raquel wins the title. Because I have Liv winning the Rumble. Obviously, Rhea and Io have declared for the Royal Rumble. But I do feel like Liv has been so close so many times, and she just came back. It's the time to pull the trigger to have Liv win. Liv and Raquel for the world title. That puts the split in that Judgment Day. She says when Stephanie puts the title on the line against her, she will beat her worse than last week. Liv then said Raquel is going to be the next champion. Liv then said this will be their year. She then said Finn and Raquel will win their titles. Liv then says she didn't trust Roxy, talking about the prodigy Roxanne Perez at first, but she is her little prodigy, and they will win the tag team titles on Saturday. 2025 Fightful Award for Women's Tag Team of the Year goes to Judgment Day's Raquel at WWE and Roxanne. Oh wow, didn't know that. Yes, I'm loving what they're doing with I don't like how many matches that Roxanne's lost. It's been over 50 singles matches that she's lost since she's been called up. But now that she's with the Judgment Day, I'm loving what she's doing. Raquel is really killing it with the new character she's portraying. So yeah, I love all three of the ladies, Liv, Raquel, and Roxanne with Judgment Day. But I do think the split is inevitable. Because I think Liv's gonna go after that world title of Raquel's eventually at WrestleMania. Finn says they are on his island and the world title is on the line. Finn then says he is not leaving without it. So then we get to the crowd again, and this has seemed to be a trend the last couple of weeks on Raw. Jey Uso makes his way down the aisle, and he says he is in your city. Jey then says he came out here last week to put the tag division on notice. Jey then says tonight he is out there to say he is entering the 2026 Royal Rumble. So we have 3 on the male side. We have Gunther, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso. This is going to be a super stacked men's and ladies Royal Rumble. Femi is going to be in it. Brock Lesnar, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. This is going to be an absolute powerhouse Royal Rumble this year. Roxanne Perez, 22-44 record last year, 2-4. Yeah, that's just not good. I knew it was I knew she had a lot of losses. That's too many. Jey says tonight he is out here to say he's in the Rumble. He says he's going to be the back-to-back winner, which he absolutely is not going to do. Jey then says this is a warning shot to everyone. By the way, Jey Uso has absolutely no shot to win the Royal Rumble this year. Him and Jimmy are gonna have a huge tag team run. So I think he'll go far, but ultimately he's not gonna win it. There's just too many big names. Roman, Cody, Gunther, Lesnar, Oba. I think Oba's gonna probably break the record for the most eliminations. We're getting. I saw a report today. Somebody reported it. I said it yesterday. We're getting Oba Brock at WrestleMania. So, guys look forward to that. That Oba's going to end up throwing Brock Lesnar out, and that's how they're going to set it up. And he's going to probably have the most eliminations for sure. So we then see Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Grayson Waller yelling at Adam Pearce about traveling on Martin Luther King Day for their tag title match. So Pearson says they are in a fatal 4-way match for the title next week. So, yeah, there's going to be a fatal 4-way match. I didn't see any matches advertised for next week. I was looking for one for a thumbnail, but I didn't see any. Jay going to be coming out to do an entrance to announce he's going to the bathroom. That's funny. That's all they've been really doing is talking lately, which is crazy. So then the Vision make their way down to the ring for the next match on Raw. Penta and Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. It's going to be Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee versus the Vision, the Tribal Thief, the Big Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, and the Maverick, Logan Paul, who just signed a full-time contract with WWE. Expect big things from Logan Paul. A lot of people don't like him, but he's pretty good in the ring. We get Theory and Dragon Lee starting it off. Theory backflip into a corner. Theory senses in a waist lock. Dragon then hits a chop. Theory reverses with a back elbow. And then we get Penta and Logan in the match. Logan then hits a kick. Penta hits a back heel kick. Penta then also hits a wraparound bulldog. This match was very long. So we're gonna get close to the end of here. All these notes. The referee pulls Reed off of Dragon Lee and warns him. Theory then tags in. He kicks Lee while Reed stands on the back of his neck. Theory then hits a backbreaker and punches Dragon Lee. Theory then hits some knees to Dragon Lee and hits a follow-away slam. We get a hot tag into Big Bronson Reed, and he punches Dragon in the ribs. Lee then kicks Reed to try to get free and make the tag, but Reed holds on. Theory then gets back in the ring and drops Lee on the top rope, and Theory catches Lee on the rebound, but Lee hits a head scissors takedown. Ray then tags in and he drop kicks Austin Theory in the knee and hits a head scissors takedown. Ray hits a shoulder in the corner and punches Theory. Ray then drop kicks Theory into the ropes, but Theory catches Ray and Penta tags in. Penta then pulls Ray into a head scissors and then hits some kicks in the corner and the Penta driver for a near fall. Lee then hits a knee to Reed and Logan clotheslines Lee. Let's get to the end here, guys. Theory hits a forearm to stop a destroyer. Theory then hits an Yushiga. I don't know how to say that. Yushigoroshi for a near fall. Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce are arguing with the referee on the apron. Logan then tosses Theory the brass knuckles, and the referee sees it. Pearce then takes them from Theory. Maybe they are setting up Adam Pearce and Braun Breaker, which is absolutely fucking wild to me if they're really going to do that at WrestleMania. That would just be wild. I hope they don't do that. But it's really starting to like fade in that direction if you're, following the storyline. Ray then grabs the brass knuckle and Ray punches Theory. Penta then drop kicks Logan and hits a destroyer on Austin Theory for the 1, 2, 3. The Vision take a loss tonight on Raw. That's fucking wild. That was wild. With the help of Adam Pearce. The winner of the 6-man tag match, WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio, not the greatest Mysterio of all time, and that because that is motherfucking Dirty Dom. He is the greatest Mysterio and the greatest luchador of all time. Yeah, I'm with you, Stampede, but it really looks like that's the direction they're going. They got to have something for Braun to do. Because like I said, they are going to do over Brock. Roman Punk. So like, I don't know what else really that Braun can do. They got to have him involved in something. But he's not going after the world title because Roman's fighting Punk for the world title. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to see it, but that really looks like the direction that they're headed. But yeah, that was an upset. Thanks to Adam Pearce. We see Jackie Redmond with the best in the world, CM Punk. She asked about facing Finn Balor tonight. Punk says he is the best in the world, and this is an away game. Punk then says he wants the game on his stick like the best players. Prior to hockey. Punk then says this is the pressure that gets him out of the bed every morning and prove why he is the best. Punk then says he wants to prove he is the best to their own best. So we then get a video package and tribute to Martin Luther King Jr. Everybody did a shout out today for Martin Luther King. Today was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We then see Kathy Kelly in the interview area. She is with Grayson Waller. Waller then takes the mic. Waller then brings out the New Day. Woods then says that everyone is talking about the Royal Rumble, so that means they are the ones interested in the tag titles. He then says AJ isn't looking to win back the titles, and Jay wants to be in the Royal Rumble. He then says, why are they the bad guys? Kofi then says they do not want to be in this country to face 3 teams for a tag title match. He then says they will beat American Made, Alpha Academy, and Los Americanos. So I'm guessing next week on Raw we're going to have, I don't know if Miami's still listening. It looks like we're going to have the American Made, Alpha Academy, Los Americanos, and the New Day in a fatal 4-way to determine the number 1 contenders for the Usos tag titles. Shout out to Wrestling Our US podcast who missed Sunday Scoops yesterday. Good seeing you. Like the new profile picture. Had some good info. I don't know if you went back and watched the show, but definitely missed you on the Sunday Scoops yesterday. If you have any questions from the stream, just make sure you put them in the comments on the stream from yesterday, and I will go in there and answer them. But I think everything that I pretty much said is starting to come to light from yesterday. So we didn't see Paul Heyman chasing after Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce wants to hear what Paul Heyman has to say. Paul then says everyone will miss Pearce on Raw after he is gone. He then tells Pearce he might want to take this call. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Is he getting fired or what? Let's go to the comment from Stampede. AJ vs. Gunther at the Rumble, 30-minute time limit. Draw, let them go out there and cook and put on a WWE match of the year contender. I agree. I don't know. I was talking about earlier. I don't have the specifics on Styles' contract. I was told earlier that it may be expiring in February. If that's the case, like, the match is going to be a banger no matter what. But is Gunther going to pull double duty, or are they going to just hold it off maybe till WrestleMania? A lot of people are saying, oh, well, AJ is going to lose, and then he's going to go wrestle at TNA. He's already made a promise to his wife that once he's retired. Gunther has this mana and persona of being a career killer. So, like, it makes absolutely no sense for AJ Styles to come back and wrestle again after he loses to Gunther. I don't actually know if that's going to be it, though. Like, I thought it was going to WrestleMania, but from what I heard from his contract, his contract possibly could be up in February. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, Wrestling RUS. I thought maybe Stampede has something going, maybe like some funky business, like a double count out or something like that, where they have the trilogy at WrestleMania, because AJ doesn't actually get the win. I can't see AJ going over right here. I just can't, especially the way they're building up Gunther. I just don't think AJ is going to get a win. Gunther can't retire him, and then AJ just walks across the hall and faces Santana or Slater. So you're thinking that AJ is going to lose and just have his last match in TNA, which would be interesting, but I mean, it would kind of take away from Gunther's persona, the career killer. But I mean, I can see it. I mean, I guess it's possible. You hope so that goes to Mania? Yeah, I don't know. From the contract details, I don't know. We'll see what they do. Shout out to everybody that's listening on the EVP Show channel, my ex and Miami the Great Sex. We have now reached 100 viewers, which is absolutely phenomenal. We have been tracking around the 200-300, but last night we were around the 60 to 75, which is pretty good for Sunday Scoops when football's on. And this next week is going to be the conference championship, so it's going to be a lot of people that probably not wanting to come on. The match to Rumble will get a push, no decisive winner. AJ can't lose 2 in a row because why do a third? Yeah, I mean, you're right. I do think that there's going to be a third. I just don't know how they're going to do it yet, but you're on to it, Stampede. So if you've seen that from Ghost of Madness, I'm not sure who posted that, but that's all false. Roman's not upset with Triple H. I don't know who posted that, but I haven't heard that. Roman Reigns is winning the Royal Rumble. He's facing CM Punk at WrestleMania. Timestamp it, bookmark it, whatever the hell you want to do. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who reported that. Tag me in the post because I'll be sure to. I mean, I guess he could be. I just haven't heard. And maybe if he is, Cody Rhodes maybe winning the third fucking Royal Rumble if Roman is pissed off, which I don't think that's going to happen. I do think that Cody is going to win the title back at Elimination Chamber. I think Drew's going to have to defend the title at Elimination Chamber in the cage, and I think that's where Cody gets the title back, honestly. Or if they don't want to do it that way, like I said yesterday, they could do a triple threat. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say Jacob Fatu beats Cody Rhodes clean at Saturday Night's Main Event. It has to happen like that. Cody's got to lose, because he's starting from the bottom. So I think Jacob Fatu, which I'll save it for my prediction show Thursday night with Southern Squared, but I'm going with Jacob. I think he beats Cody clean. I really do. I mean, he's about to have a baby. Naomi's due pretty soon. I mean, they're good. They're about to go on a big tag run. So we'll get back to Raw. Io Sky, the women's tag team champions, and Rhea Ripley make their way down to the ring. Huge pop as always. Rhea starts off by welcoming everyone to Monday Night Rio. She then says they will be defending the tag titles against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez on Saturday. She then says the question she has is when are they going to learn when comes to her and the Judgment Day. Io then says Rhea is always on top. Rhea then says they have an announcement to. There you go. I love that. That K is like, oh my god. When I'm like talking to a female, I'm like, oh my god, please don't do that. Like it's like nails on a chalkboard. Like just put the O in front of it. Like, but it's all good. However you want to do it. Rhea then says they have an announcement to make. She says that once they beat Roxanne and Liv on Saturday and retain their titles, her and Io Sky have declared, the first two women that I've heard of, have declared for the Royal Rumble. So Io is then interrupted by the luscious, lovely Liv Morgan. Her music hit, Watch Me, and she makes her way down to the ring with the prodigy, Roxanne Perez. Liv says you must be more delusional than she thought because they are bringing her titles back. Roxanne then asks if Io and Rhea are both in the Rumble. Liv then says she has some advice for them. Liv then says with Rhea Ripley, it always works that she is going to turn her back on her tag team partner. Just like I talked about on Sunday Scoops yesterday. I said there is a pitch out there for Rhea to turn on Io Sky and turn heel. And they have a match at WrestleMania. I mean, we could see a title change at Saturday Night's Main Event. I wouldn't be surprised if Liv and Roxanne win the title. And they do go that route with the Rhea heel turn. It's being heavily discussed. So Liv says that Rhea always turns her back on her partner. She says she knows because Rhea did it to her. Liv then says, where are you going to luck out? Is her selfishness will leave her with nothing and no one else. Liv then says she digresses because it isn't her problem anymore. Roxanne then says they are not the only ones in the Royal Rumble because her, Liv, and Raquel are in the match. Okay, well, if all three ladies are in the Royal Rumble, then I guess they're going to keep Stephanie Valkyrie champion until WrestleMania, which is crazy. I don't know. Maybe Raquel beats her Elimination Chamber if she's going to be champion that long. But now we have Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky all declared for the Rumble. Rhea then mocks Liv's giggle and says that sounds like she's projecting. She then says, you're in the Royal Rumble, so how will that work? Raquel then comes from behind and attacks Rhea, and Roxanne chop blocks Io, followed by a code breaker from Liv and a Tahana bomb from Raquel Rodriguez. Rhea then goes after Raquel, but Liv and Roxanne Perez stop her. Liv then goes for Oblivion, but Rhea blocks it. Liv then hits the Oblivion. So, Old School Wrestling 101 says that the team that stands tall on the Go Home show, which this is basically the Go Home Raw for Saturday night's main event, the Judgment Day stood tall. So I guess Rhea and Io will be retaining, and I guess that's who I'll be picking. I don't think that they stood tall tonight. So see, we see Bailey in the back, and she says that she had it right there. She then talks to herself, and Lyra paces behind her. Lyra then tells Bailey she is finding it hard to be positive. She then says she needs to build some momentum. She says she hates losing. She feels bad to let her friend down. Bailey then says Lyra could never let her down. Bailey then said they didn't get pinned. She then says that one of them can win the Royal Rumble. She then says they got this. Lyra then asks what happens if she wins. And Bailey asks if she can win. And Lyra says that is okay. So apparently 2 more ladies added to the Royal Rumble with Raquel, Roxanne, and Liv, Rhea, and Io. We have Bailey and Lyra. So the Royal Rumble ladies field is starting to fill up. Los Americanos then make their way down to the ring for the next match of Raw, followed by Javon Evans. Obviously, Javon was injured during the match, but he's going to be fine. The referee had to stop it, but Javon's okay. 2024 Fightful Award for Women's In-Ring Performer of the Year goes to Io Sky. Well deserved. She is the best on the planet. So this was a short match, like I said. Javon Evans ended up getting hurt. Grande catches Evans on a leapfrog. Evans countered into a sunset flip. Grande misses a clothesline. Evans hits a drop kick. Grande then sends Evans to the floor. Evans then hits a thrust kick, and he goes to the ringside barrier and avoids Rayo and Bravo. Grande goes to discuss strategy with Rayo and Bravo, then breaks the count, goes back to the floor. Rayo then hits Grande Evans' shirt, and he throws it to the ground. Grande then returns to the ring, and he poses on the turnbuckle. Grande then asks for a mic. We then see Javon Evans is being checked out on the floor, and the referee calls for the bell while he holds on to his wrist. So yeah, that was a scary moment right there. We seen that with Penta not too long ago. But Javon Evans is going to be okay. Dragon Lee, Penta, Rey Mysterio versus Division, Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul, 7 3/4 out of 10. I agree. I thought it was great. I'm not really big on having the division. Like, they're supposed to be this strong and dominant faction. The match was phenomenal, but I don't know about having them go over right there. Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree, 6.5 out of 10. I agree. I think this was the best match out of the 3. Stampede, and I love the Natalia heel turn. Shout out to at Jambu9629. Yes, bro. Was there in Belfast tonight. What a show. Yeah, they were in Belfast. It was a good show. What was my favorite match of the night? My favorite match of the night was CM Punk versus Finn Balor. It absolutely delivered. That was my favorite match of the night. What about yours? Shout out to Jimbo. First time on the EVP show. He's actually commenting through the YouTube channel, which is great. Phenomenal. Thank you guys for that. Make sure you go and like. Make sure you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like the stream. And spam the hell out of the likes. Love to have over 10, 15 likes on a stream. And also all the comments help as well. So the winner of the match due to a referee stoppage medical disqualification is Los Americanos to El Grande Americano. After the match, Javon Evans walks off with the ringside doctor and referee. Evans then shifts to holding his shoulder. I enjoy the Mysterio. Yeah, that was a great match. I mean, close to an 8 for me, but I do feel like CM Punk and Finn Balor was the match of the night. But that was a good one. We take a look back at Natalia's betrayal from earlier in the show. We see Jackie Redmond in the back. Stampede even agrees. CM Punk versus Finn Balor, 8.45 out of 10. Winner was never in doubt, however, no. I said yesterday Punk's going to Mania as champion, but it was good for Finn to get that match. I think 2026 is going to be great for Finn Balor. Hell of a match, though. Love chanting about Paul and Japan. Absolutely. So we see Jackie Redmond with Finn Balor. Jackie asked about tonight's match and if there's pressure. Finn says the magnitude of tonight is not lost on him, but maybe it is lost on the champ. Finn then says you're a fighting champion and he respects him. Finn then says he questions Punk's judgment. Finn then says this is his turf, his island, and his people. Finn says tonight there will be a new Irish World Heavyweight Champion. Well, usually when they say that, they lose. Is Finn Balor going to leave the country of Ireland, Belfast, his home country, with the World Heavyweight Championship? We see Kathy Kelly with Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee. She asked them about the win. Rey says training with Mike Tyson paid off. Rey then says you are looking at two of the greatest luchadors of all time. I think so, but the greatest luchador of all time is fucking Dirty Dominic Mysterio. As someone who watches a lot of wrestling from Japan, I agree. Keep Logan far away from there. Yeah, I think Logan gets a lot of hate though, guys. Like, the shit he does on YouTube, I don't condone any of that. But like his in-ring skills, like I do think Logan can go, but I don't know if I don't watch a lot of matches from Japan, so like Stampede's way more knowledgeable than me on that. But yeah, I think he does a fine job. He's gonna win a world championship at some point in WWE. But Ray starts talking about the training with Mike Tyson. He says you're looking at the greatest luchadors. Paul Heyman shows up and says his guys are the future of WWE. Ray then says this is his vision. He then says you are standing next to the three luchadors entering the Royal Rumble. All right, so that's three more entries into the Royal Rumble. Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee will all be in the Royal Rumble, and none of them are going to win the Royal Rumble. So, but it'd be exciting to see Penta in the Rumble for sure. Lee then says this is his first Rumble. This is Dragon Lee's first Royal Rumble. So looking forward to seeing that. He's excited. He says he is going to bring the fire in 2026. Penta then says they will make history. They're not. We then get an Oba Femi, and I say this. It seems like I got a tape recorder. These Oba Femi packages. I'm telling you guys, he's going to be in the Rumble. He's going to show the hell out. He's going to break the record for the most eliminations. He's going to throw Brock Lesnar's ass out, and he's going to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. You heard it here first on the EVP show. That is what the direction they're going. Logan is very athletically gifted. Doesn't make him a great wrestler, though. Yeah, probably doesn't fit in with the Japan. So I don't think he's a great wrestler, but there's a lot worse. I feel like in WWE, that's held titles. But he's definitely fucking super athletic. So I agree. Like I said, we get an Obafemi package again. They're really like hyping him up. We see Paul Heyman and the Vision walk in the back, and they stop at Adam Pearce. Paul asks Pearce what can he do for him. Pearson says he wants to talk to Paul and sweep over things. He then says he wants to try to iron this out if Paul can get Braun here next week, which I said he was going to lose his fucking job. So maybe they're going to set up fucking Braun and Adam Pearce, which is absolutely terrible. Paul then tells Pearce he better be on his best behavior. Pearce then asks AJ if he has made his decision. AJ then says his wife told him to kick Gunther's ass. So there we go. It's official. AJ Styles and Gunther at the Royal Rumble. He did tell his wife once he's retired, he's done, though. So I don't know which way they're going to go with it. Pearson says there is no turning back, and he said the match is official for the Royal Rumble. So it will be Gunther, the career killer, going one-on-one with AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. They already got a Rumble match booked, and we don't even have a full fucking card for Saturday Night's main event. It's crazy. We have, 3 matches? There has been worse than Logan in WWE that have held titles. Yep, Yeet Man, Jade, Nia. Yeah, Jade is absolutely awful. She is god-awful. Commentary then runs through the card for Saturday Night's main event, which, as of now, I guess it's a 3-match card. Unless they add one Friday, guys. I mean, when I do my prediction show, it's going to be short as fuck because there's only 3 matches that I know of. The main event, Saturday Night's main event, Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Sami Zayn, and Damian Priest will meet in a number 1 contenders match. The winner goes on to the Royal Rumble to face Drew McIntyre. Talked about this yesterday on Sunday Scoops. It's in Canada. I know everybody expects Randy to win, but I fully expect Sammy to win. I would be really fucking surprised if they have him lose in his backyard, but possible. They've done it to Drew, so we'll see. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defend the tag titles against Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan, and Cody Rhodes faces Jacob Fatu. So as of now, that's the only 3 matches we have. So we then see Kairi Sane freaking out when Asuka yells her name. Asuka says Kairi embarrassed her, and Kairi says she is sorry. Asuka then says she lost their title and lost last week. She then says it hurts almost as much as Io turning on her. Kairi then shows her shame, and she promised that Asuka will win the Royal Rumble. So there we go. Asuka's in the Royal Rumble as well. 3-match card, 3 30-minute bangers. I do believe that all these matches are going to be great. But I think Jacob's beating Cody clean, Stampede. I really do. I think it's what the story they have to tell for Cody. Jacob's got to win here. I don't know if the tag match can go for 30 minutes. I guess it could, the women's tag match. I mean, I expect all 3 matches to be phenomenal. Obviously, it's a 2-hour show. I was expecting 4 matches, but I mean, as of now, it's a 3-match card. So we'll see if they add one on SmackDown Friday. They love to do that. They did it with the Zelina Chelsea last minute ad. I do think we're getting a clean win by Jacob Stampede. I honestly do. 100% I believe Jacob Fatu beating Cody clean. They can't have Cody Rhodes win right here. Jacob just come back from being away for a while. It's ultimately going to lead to the stuff with Jacob, Cody, and Drew. I do think that Jacob does get the clean win. Asuka says Kairi is a good girl, and she tells Kairi not to make her yell at her again. So we get to the main event of the evening, the best in the world. CM Punk makes his way down to the ring. You can see one of the fans was absolutely crying when his music hit. That's good to see. I love to see stuff like that. Shout out to the 112 people listening to on the Raw Recap Show tonight. You guys are fucking phenomenal, all of you guys. Thank you guys so much. Against the Judgment Day, Finn Balor. The match starts off with both men locking up. They could extend that 90 total minute match time up to 92 if Jay doesn't open. Yeah, I was thinking that. What do you think about? I mean, they can't do Jay Jordan right now, Jordan Grace, because I don't think Jordan needs to lose. I don't know who could possibly challenge her. Charlotte. I don't know. I mean, no, I think they're gonna save that for like a big PLA, but I don't know. They're not gonna have Jay beat Charlotte in 2 minutes, or Charlotte's not gonna go for that shit. So, but yeah, I mean, it's possible we could get Jade. Maybe they do Jay Jordan and it ends in like a funky finish or something like that to keep Jordan strong and doesn't get pinned. So the match starts off. This is my favorite match of the night. Finn hits an arm drag. Both men get up. They lock up. Punk snaps Finn's arm, takes Punk down. It would have to be someone that could use a showcase, but eat the loss. I agree. Like I said, I think Lola Vice is going to be in the Rumble. Also, Thea Hill was mentioned to be in the Royal Rumble. I do feel like Lola's coming up after WrestleMania. After the NXT PLE they have close to WrestleMania. I don't know who could answer that challenge. But yeah, I agree. It needs to be somebody that can eat a pin. Definitely can't be Jordan Grace, and it's not going to be Charlotte for sure. Punk rolls over, fights up to the feet, sends Finn off the ropes. Punk drops down and hits a leaping heel kick. Punk sends Finn to the corner. It's a running high knee. Punk goes for a running bulldog, but Finn shoves him off and and starts chopping him. Finn counters. Then Punk goes for a knee counter by Finn Balor, and a sunset flip by rolling through, hitting a basement drop kick for a 2 count. Punk then quickly lifts Finn, but Finn slides off. It looks like he's going for a sling blade, but Punk doesn't go over. He transitions to a side headlock. Punk then hits a backbreaker to knock Finn out of the ring before sending over the commentary desk with a suicide dive. Love Punk. Punk putting his body on the line. He's absolutely killing it. His matches have been great since he's been champion for sure. After Zarya showing a Genesis where she looked really good, perhaps her strong, muscular power wrestler similar to Jordan. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. And stay tuned after NFL season is over. I am going to start doing a TNA recap show on Thursday night. So you guys be on the lookout for that once football season is over. Because I have to fill the boy with something. Doubleheader Tuesday won't be anymore. So I have a spot to fill in for Thursday because I'll just be doing NXT on Tuesday once NFL's over. Couple of more shows. The referee begins a 10 count. Punk gets back in the ring. But Finn delivers some right hands on Punk. Punk then responds with a neck breaker on Finn, and Finn crashing to the mat face first and steps over him. This was a fucking phenomenal match. But we're going to get to the end. Finn then hits a GTR for a near fall. Finn starts to limp again, and Punk gets Finn on his shoulder, but Finn holds on to the ropes. Punk then sends Finn to the apron, and Finn then goes up top for his finisher and hits for the coup de grace, but Punk has the knees up to stop Finn. Punk then hits a superplex, and he tries to float over, but Finn gets an inside cradle and almost gets that quick pinfall on CM Punk right there. Punk then hits a clothesline. Finn does end up hitting the sling blade. It clotheslines Punk over the top rope into the floor. Finn then sets up for a flip dive, and he hits it. Finn sends Punk back into the ring, and he sets up for the running drop kick, and he delivers. Finn then goes up top for the coup de grace again. He misses, and the knee gives out. Punk then hits a GTS, but Finn Balor kicks out. Punk then hits some elbow drops to Finn. Punk then cinches in this hold that Punk, I guess, is. I mean, I haven't seen Punk use it too much until here recently, but the Anaconda Vice, he cinches it in. Finn then tries to get to the ropes, but Punk adds more pressure. Finn then gets his foot on the rope to break the hold. Punk then signals it is over, and he waits for Finn to get to his feet. Punk then gets Finn up, but Finn hits some elbows, and he gets to his feet. Finn then hits a sling blade and a running drop kick. Finn then sets up for another drop kick and hits it. Finn goes up top. Finn hits. Finally, after 3 tries, on the 3rd try, hits the coup de grace, but CM Punk kicks out. Punk then gets Finn up. Finn escapes the GTS and gets a near fall with a roll-up. Punk then rolls through and gets Finn up for the GTS to go to sleep for the 1, 2, 3, and still your Raw Men's Heavyweight Champion of the world, the best in the world, CM Punk. retains. He is leaving Belfast still the champion, which was no shocker to me. But after the match, Punk walks over to Finn on the mat and he offers him his hand. Finn accepts and Punk helps him to his feet. Punk then says something to Finn and raises his hand. Punk then hugs Finn. They exchange some words as the show comes to a close. So, like I said, I don't know what they're doing here. Are we getting a face turn from Finn Balor? I was expecting the Demon, but from the looks of it from tonight, I mean, the Judgment Day are going to be Liv and all them are not going to be happy about all that. But yeah, great show. Good go home show. Saturday night's main event's got 3 really good matches. I mean, it's not a whole lot to expect with the Royal Rumble with the week after it. But it's a lot of excitement, a lot of stuff that's happening in the next 2 weeks, especially here on the EVP show. But shout out to everyone that came in tonight and watched the Raw recap. I started a few minutes late. Shout out to DWE host, DWE replays, the CEO, the head of the table, Miami the Great, Talking Up Wrestling podcast, the Wrestling Dictionary himself, Stampede, my opponent for the Undisputed Championship and polls. Look forward to that. The Wise Man, also Greg, my boy. And also a big shout out to Wrestling RUS podcast. They are almost in every one of my streams. Enjoy you guys. And last but not least, shout out to Jembo9629. Thank you for coming in to the EVP show. Shout out to the 118 viewers. I'll be back, you guys, to wrap this up. Tell you where you can find me on my socials and what I have coming up the rest of the week. So thank you guys.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go, Show Recap Prediction Sports
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go.
All right, guys, let's go. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the 118 people that we have watching, whether you're watching on my YouTube channel, my X or Miami's X. Thank you guys for coming in. Obviously, Raw's been over for a while. Hopefully, things will start to even themselves back out once they get back into the States. I did lower the time to 10 p.m. It's usually at 11 p.m. on Mondays, but yeah, we're going to keep things rocking. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As far as my socials, it is scrolling across the bottom of my background, my frame there. You can follow me on all my socials. Obviously, if you're not following me on X, it's at EVPCJP, Instagram at EVPCJP as well, TikTok at Brady DA Goat 21. All you're going to see on Instagram and TikTok is videos that Miami and Greg make me for the stream. That's where I promote my stuff the most besides X. And most importantly, guys, last but not least, and please don't forget this one, please hit that like button on my stream tonight. And if you're not subscribed, tell your friends. I made a post on X, share it, retweet it. Get the word out. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers. I would love to get to 500. That is my ultimate goal. That is close to getting myself monetized. And that's the ultimate goal. When you're a podcaster, you want to eventually get to that level where you get monetized. And that's what I'm working towards. Thankfully, I have a lot of help from Miami and DWE to back me up. But yeah, please like and subscribe to the EVP show. If you are not subscribing, it is at the EVP show. You guys make sure to spam the likes. Hopefully you can get like between 5 and 10 likes on the stream tonight. If you guys go back and watch the stream, make sure to leave some comments, and I will definitely go back and check those out and answer them for you guys. So what I have coming up tomorrow is Doubleheader Tuesday on the EVP show, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll be joined by the CEO, the head of the table himself, Miami the Great, as we go over the NFL divisional round recap. And then I'm back at 10:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night for the NXT recap. And you guys fucking show up, because the NXT recap is really slacking. I need you guys to show up tomorrow. I need those numbers for NXT. I think last week was the highest I've gotten, like 40 views on YouTube. So let's try to make it 50 tomorrow. Wednesday night, it's actually a new show. Last season, WWE Unreal Season 1, I did a pre-recorded video. It's actually on my channel if you want to go and watch it. But Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing a 2-hour stream and going all the way to midnight or maybe even longer, as I will be doing a WWE Unreal Season 2 recap show. And then Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be joined by the infamous Suds and Squares Circle Media as we do the Saturday night main event prediction show. We will be going over the 3 matches, and obviously it will be his first time on the EVP show, so he can get his name out there, and you guys make sure and go and like and follow him and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. He puts out great content. So, I mean, I that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people to come on to these prediction shows that never been on the show. I do have an interview set up in February with the indie wrestler. So a lot of big things coming to the EVP show. Thanks to DWE and all that for the backing and the help. So Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, make sure you guys are tuned in, locked into the EVP show for the Saturday night main event prediction show. And then I'm back Friday night for the Go Home SmackDown right before Saturday night's main event at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. I will be live for the SmackDown recap. And not as soon as Saturday night main event goes off, but at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night, I will be live, as I will be recapping the 3 matches as of now of Saturday night's main event, the entire spectacle and the entire show. That being said, and then Sunday, like I said, 10 straight days of content. Sunday, I'm back for episode 4 of Sunday Scoops with the EVP. Hopefully, I'll have some more news to break to you guys by Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Tune in. The first 30 minutes is obviously news. And then I open up the floor to any questions off of X and YouTube, because I am not entering any more rumors or spoilers or anything like that in DM. I'm just way too fucking busy to do that right now. So if you want to know, you need to come to the Sunday Scoop and ask, because I'm supposed to start clipping every single thing that's said on Sunday Scoop, because people are reporting the day after me, right after I post a fucking show, which is really weird. But yeah, I mean, hey, it just means maybe they're listening to my shit, and maybe they need to start coming in here and commenting. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I will see you guys for Doubleheader Tuesday tomorrow, which I think it's getting close to tomorrow. At 30 minutes from tomorrow, I'm on the East Coast. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, me and Miami the Great will cover the divisional NFL playoff rounds, all 4 games. We will cover them. And I'm back at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for the NXT recap. With that being said, thanks again, guys, for tuning in to the EVP show, the Raw Recap. I am the EVP from the EVP show, and the golden boy of the only true and one and only golden boy of DWE, and we are the ones.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Good night, everyone.